In this video I will explain you that the structure of project folder. This is not a fixed structure because every developer can change this structure, so it's depend on developer, but mostly that the most common structure that's we use the apps folder to save the apps file have extension .app. An app file use temp file for HTML coding, and this temp file have extension front. Cache folders to save the data by the framework is the it may be caching data or temporary files. You can also see the SPHP log file here. The plugin folder, the framework use this folder to save the plugin settings here. Mostly you don't need to do anything with this folder. The temp folder is the designing folder. We save different type of master in this folder, like default master, or you can create your own design. So all the designing files like JavaScript, CSS, HTML, or any other designing library you can save here. Or resources, you can also save the images or other resources like video files. So all the designing task goes here in the temp file. Another folder is the vendor folder. Vendor folder is a composer folder where the composer install the libraries. HTXS file is the Apache web server setting file. So you need to redirect the traffic to start.php file. Another file is the cache list file. It is for framework file to caching the specific data. You can register your caching list here. The next file is com file. Com file is mostly setting file, but it's a PHP file. So you need to use special variable to save the setting of your project, like CMP ID and CMP name is your project name and project ID. D user mean database username, DB mean database name, and database password dpass. Debug mode variable is to define the debugging mode for the framework. To mean we need to show the server side error in the console of browser. ADM user and ADM pass is the admin user and admin pass for default login and do some specific task, but it is only default system. Developer can change this login system. So if you want to use default login system, you can change the password and username here for admin. Base path is the root URL of browser for your website, like root domain name. Or if you are working inside the subfolder, so you need to extend the base path with the subfolder. And another variable like mail server, mail user, mail password, and mail port is for email server setting. Master F is the master design for guest. You can set the path of master design. And ADM master F is for admin, and meb master for login, mostly the member master file design. You can set these three variable here for master design. like area master, mem master f, and master f. Get welcome function to check who is authenticate and what is the authentication type, and then this function return exact correct URL to forward the user. So the next file is pre-run file, is the security file. We can set the security here. For example, if we want to allow specific URL to run inside our website, then we can set that URL here, and specific headers to do some special task. Reg file is a registry file. We need to register our app before the run. So for example, to register your app, use the register app function and then pass the controller, which is like a word, and you can see this word in the browser URL. So you can set any word here and then give the path of your app. Another file is start.php file. Start.php file, you can set the framework path inside this file. It's just to run the framework. Okay, I think I explained every file inside the folder structure of project, and now I explain you the apps folder. So inside the app folder, we go to here index.app, this file. So this file has class index, so take care about this thing. File name should match with the class name, and then extend the basic app, right? Is that's the parent app, basic app. So it has a life cycle, so like start event, and then run render event, and in between that new event, submit event, insert event, update event, and custom events like user type event. So this is the user type event, like page event. So every user type event has a prefix like a page underscore event underscore, and then you can give the event name. In this case, the temp file object create in the variable home front one, and then on the new event we set the temp file with this variable. So the master, we set the master file for master f variable, which come from the comp.php file. So the master f is the master design for guest user. Guest user mean without login.